Today we're starting a project that's going to go over 3 different classrooms and last about a month. Alright? Inside your packets are going to be some paper and 2 cards. Now the first card on the front of it is going to have a picture of a person. Okay? Be all different types of people. The one I got for mine was an astronaut. Alright? Then, on the back side, you're going to learn a little bit more about your character. So with my astronaut, I learned, when he's out in space, his stuff is all floating around. When he's back home, he's got a kid, he likes to go to the park. So it's going to tell you stuff, what do they do for fun, what do they do for a living, things like that. Just a little more information. Then you're going to get a second card. The second card is going to be an object. My object was a drink carrier. So I'm going to build a drink carrier for the astronaut. Alright? So what I need to do is look at the card again and start thinking with the idea of the drink carrier. What are the needs of my astronaut? What can he do easily? What's hard for him to do? Alright? Then I'm going to brainstorm. I'm going to come up with as many ideas for a drink carrier for an astronaut as possible in a short amount of time. So my ideas were, real quick, I came up with little tearaway drink pouches. I came up with a harness that could go inside so that he could drink while he's got his spacesuit on, since he can't, put stuff up to his mouth. And then finally, for inside when everything's floating around, I came for an airtight drinking glass with a magnetic bottom, so you can just stick it to the side of the spaceship. Alright? Now then, you guys are going to be in groups. So individually, on your piece of paper, you guys are going to do this. Then, at the end, your group is going to pick one object. Okay? Everyone's ideas, you're going to pick one. Then next week, we're going to refine the idea. We're going to really examine it. How can we tailor it more to our individual? What is it made of? How is it powered? How is it going to work? What colors are we going to use? Things like that. All right? How can we improve it? How can we research more? And I'll give you some cards to help with that as well. And then we're going to redraw it. So I picked, for mine, my airtight cup. And I gave it a slightly nicer look. I took apart and labeled each thing. I told how it was, what it's made out of. And then eventually, you guys are going to make a poster. So in art class, you're going to make a print poster. You're going to make an advertisement for it. In Media Center, you guys are going to make a presentation and a commercial for your product. And it's going to be and you're going to do it on iMovie, and so it's going to be a large project you guys are going to do for quite a while. Okay? So, you guys can open your group things, your paper package, and find out who your character is and what your options